Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 1 of chapter 3 of history, that is kinship, caste and class. In this we will see the Mahabharata, one of the greatest epic, which is considered to be written about 500 BCE, and it was composed over a period of about 1000 years. Some of the stories, they have been in circulation even earlier, but this story is basically about two warring cousins. Now why this is critical, this we will discuss now. Let's start. As you can see, this is a section of the page from the critical edition. This project, it started under the leadership of Mr. V.S. Sukthankar, who was a Sanskritist. That is, he was well versed with Sanskrit language, and he took help of a dozen of scholars to prepare the latest version of Mahabharata, which is also known as the critical edition. Why it is a critical edition? Because they collected many Sanskrit manuscripts of the text, which were written in a variety of scripts, and they collected all this from different parts of the country. Also, what they selected was, out of the total collections which they have collected from the variety of scripts from throughout the country, those which were having something in common, or those versions that appear to common, they published these versions in some volumes, and it was concluded in some 13,000 pages. And this project was a mega project which took 47 years to complete. Now two things became very common. First, that the Sanskrit versions of the story, which were evident in manuscripts, they were found all over the subcontinent. Subcontinent means that outside India, that is from Nepal and Kashmir to Kerala, from Tamil Nadu. The text, it has been transmitted over the centuries, and the variations are mentioned in the footnotes to the main texts. Now when it comes to written texts in Sanskrit, the Brahmins were the only one who were believed to have composed the Sanskrit texts. So the Brahmins, they were prominent figures. Also, the social histories and the related issues, they have been explored during the 19th and 20th century by the historians. They believed that whatever is mentioned in the text, that all was reflecting the social and political life and the social and political behavior of different sections of society. In all, we can say that it was the Sanskrit text, or the text composed in Sanskrit, that were recognized and that were considered to be authoritative while preparing the Mahabharata. When we see the families, so the family members, they were always related with each other through some common things, or they share with them some common notions, like they share food and other resources, they lived, work and perform the rituals together. The large networks of peoples which were defined as relatives, they were also considered to be a part of family. And the term kinfolk, is better to be used for this. And the familial ties were regarded as natural, that is, they were based on blood. So blood relations were prominent and they were existing. The attitudes of the people towards family and kinship were investigated by historians. And why this was done? Because they were actually providing an insight into the familial or social networks. When considered or when investigated, two forms became prominent and they came into limelight. That is the idea of patrilineal and the idea of matrilineal. whereas patrilineal it means the descent of the father, that is the descent was traced from the father to the son and so on to the grandson also. And matrilineal, that is when the descent is traced through the mother's family. Like in Mahabharata we have two warring cousins, that is the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Now Pandavas, they were the sons of King Pandu, and the Kauravas, they were actually believed, they believed themselves and they named themselves so because they claimed themselves to be the original descendants and that Kuru Rajvansh. So the Kuru family patrilineal lineage was followed by the Duryodhana and his brothers. That's why they came to be known as the Kauravas. And many ruling lineages, not only from the central India but from the south as well as in the eastern India, they are believed to have followed the same lineage. That's all we have in this video. In the next video we will see the rules of marriage and the different types of marriages like monogamy, polyandrous, polygamy, and different types of families, that is monogamous family, polygynous family, and patrilineal family, matrilineal family, neo-local family, rural families, joint families and nuclear families. Thank you and have a nice day.